Hey, it's Midge. The game is Gun Night all day, and this is Devlog number 7, Flashbangs and Secrets. To recap, previously I created the Steam page, where you can now wishlist the game, please wishlist, and I made a trailer. Going public with the Steam page and the trailer felt like kind of a big deal to me. I've been working on this thing largely in private, putting out some devlogs as a sort of public diary, but this was the first time that I made something to market the game. This is a product and this is coming. The feedback and constructive criticism was invaluable. When you're making something like this, you're too close to it. It's hard to be objective, so getting others to weigh in is very helpful. I also relearned not to feed the trolls. But by and large, it was a very positive reception, very encouraging to me. Like one Japanese guy retweeted the trailer, and then like 20 Japanese people liked it, and I can't even understand the characters in their profiles, but I thought that was cool. After all these dopamine hits of staring at likes, upvotes, retweets, supportive comments, I kind of fell into a bit of a productivity slump.
You lack discipline.
So yeah, a slump. I'm not sure the cause of it, but I was just not getting much done for a little while. I never completely stopped. I was working on the game every day, but I was just not doing enough to really move the needle. I think I was feeling a little down. I eventually bounced out of it, making sure to do the things that make me happy, going to the gym, spending a little time in nature, not beating myself up for not being as productive as I wanted to be on any one particular day. There's a legendary GDC talk by Jeff Vogel. It's on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. But one of the things he says is protect your brain. And what he's talking about is, as a solo developer, your productivity is critical to the success of the project. So things like fighting in the comments, getting distracted, getting angry, any kind of negative emotion, these things can massively derail the project if you're the only person doing the work. So insulate from these sort of things as much as possible. Protect your brain. I think that's what I wasn't doing a great job of after posting the trailer. I got hung up on social media a little bit too much, and I think that messed with me. But anyway, I eventually got back to making that green. No, not that green. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Making those GitHub commits. So, anyways, let me show you the stuff I did make. Flashbangs. All right. So, last devlog, one of the things I added was the grenade. I wanted to add some more throwable weapons, and this one seemed like a natural choice. This shares a lot of the same code with grenades, so it was pretty quick to implement. The flash for the flashbang is the same sprite I use as the muzzle flash from guns, just supersized. Flashbangs cause the status effect stun. This was the first status effect I added to the game. Some obvious later ones might be something like poison damage or fire damage. I don't know, to be determined. These have a much shorter fuse than grenades, so you don't want to cook these for very long, if at all. You can rethrow them, but there's really not much time for that. It's not recommended. I'll probably add some enemy or boss that uses these against the player. So yeah, the player can be stunned, and they can stun themselves, so you have to be careful with the flashbangs. When the player's stunned, there's a little whiteout effect, and there's an ears ring sound effect. It's pretty neat. There's definitely room for improvement on the effect. I could do like a time slowdown, turn down the volume on all the other sounds, but I didn't want to spend too much time on that right now. The player recovers faster from stun than the enemies, so this is still viable for small rooms. Secrets, as in secret rooms. So the original game of secret rooms that I think of is Legend of Zelda. Not sure if it's the actual first, but that's the first one that comes to mind. Other more recent ones might be the Binding of Isaac or Enter the Gungeon. My implementation is currently closest to Enter the Gungeon. So the way I did it is secret rooms are indicated by a crack in the wall. The crack in the wall only shows up when the wall takes damage, any kind of damage. If you want to make a hole in the wall and expose the secret, you need a special item, a bomb. The other explosives in the game do not expose the secret. Secret rooms usually have a single chest with some kind of valuable reward, maybe a gun or some other item. Currently, the secrets are pretty hard to find, and the bombs are finite. In their initial state, the crack doesn't show up at all. You must do that damage to the wall first. The best way to find secrets is to make an educated guess where you think they are, shoot the wall a few times to see if a crack shows up, then plant the bomb if it does. Yeah, my buddy made a secret discovered sound effect, which I'm quite happy with. It makes finding the secrets a little more exciting.
Look at it's freaking bats.
Just in time for spooky season, I added a new enemy, bats. Bats are a pretty standard enemy in games. Thinking back to Legend of Zelda, yep, bats. A low-level enemy, they're weak but can still do some damage if you're not careful. They don't collide with each other, so they can stack up, and you might get a lot of them in a small area. The art for this one is all original. I tried to match the style of the 0x72 tile set. I used the same palette and tried to get the scale right. Just kept it simple, and I'm pretty happy with the results. I had a little bug during development where they were getting stuck on walls and various objects, but I took care of that. Their behavior is quite simple. They wander most of the time. If you get close enough, there's a chance that they will attack you. If they decide to attack you, they will telegraph briefly by flapping their wings quickly in place. There's no chase state. It's wander, telegraph, and attack. That's it. For the attack, they'll fly directly at your current location, and once they get there, they'll go back to wandering again until the attack cooldown is up. I think that's currently about 3 seconds. Because bats can fly, I had to allow their corpses to fall into the pits when they die. I also had to work on the blood stains that show up from blood sprays. I didn't want those to show up if they're over a pit, so I had to work on that. That's not perfect, it can still happen, but it's good enough for now. I freaking love bats.
We can't stop here. This is bat country.
Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. The game is Gun Night All Day. Please wishlist it on Steam if you haven't already. Until next time.